New York City, the food capital of the world. Here you can enjoy the freshest, most delicious, most interesting food. But you already know that. You live here. You dine here. But for many New Yorkers, it's a very different story. In this city of abundance, 1 million people still lack adequate access to one of our most basic needs: affordable, fresh, healthy food. There are many neighborhoods throughout the city where bodegas and fast food restaurants outnumber grocery stores selling produce and other fresh, affordable options by 10 to 1. Therefore, it is no surprise that New York spends $4 billion annually to treat illnesses such as diabetes and heart disease resulting from poor diet and inadequate nutrition. Those most deeply affected are the 250,000 food-insecure children, many of whom rely on their school cafeterias to provide them with their most nutritious and sometimes only meals of the day. How can this be in a city of such plenty? And how can we change this? Meet Teens for Food Justice.
Teens for Food Justice is galvanizing a youth-led food justice movement that works to ensure an equitable, healthy, affordable food system for all. We train our students to build hydroponic farms within their school buildings that are capable of growing large quantities of produce, as much as 25,000 pounds per year per school, that can feed their students in the cafeteria and the community at large.
Hydroponic farming is a farming system of water.
The practice of growing plants without a natural soil body. So we use a liquid fertilizer and an inert media.
We use something called rock wool. It's made of rocks. It's like a bedding for the seed of the plant.
We change the reservoir water so the pH balance could be the way it's supposed to be.
And they have LED lights, like replace the sunlight a little bit.
When it starts growing, we put it in the larger systems.
We don't have any bees in here. Like we can't pollinate how like you will pollinate outside. So we take a toothbrush, we put it on the plant gently, and then all the pollens just fall down on the other leaves.
And it grows into a full plant, which we harvest and we eat.
It's also very accessible to a lot of urban areas that don't have a lot of this big farmlands.
We're using about 1/10 of the land that we would be using normally.
We could set up a lab in any classroom, in any school building in the city.
It becomes a very elegant solution to providing food for a community affordably and hyper-locally.
We don't just see this farm as a space to grow food, but a space to teach students about cutting-edge science.
There's chemistry, math, biology, physics, engineering, architectural drafting. There's lots of things that can be taught through the practice of this particular kind of agriculture.
It also provides workforce development opportunities for a growing green economy in our city and beyond. It's a very highly entrepreneurial opportunity for students.
It gives them a chance to give back to their own community, so through that process they develop leadership skills and they develop a new confidence about them.
69% of our students feel that they're more confident in science and math.
We have food tastings in the cafeteria all the time from the vegetables that are grown in the farm. We have cooking class here that uses vegetables from the farm. Just because of all of that, the kids are thinking a lot more about having the discipline to make the choices to eat healthier.
My favorite thing that we grow is cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
Tomatoes, lettuce,
Bok choy.
This isn't just something that kids are learning about on paper, but it's something that kids are doing and that our students are doing to change the world now.
I think it might be the school that food saved, in the sense that these kids haven't been exposed to truly being able to work with their hands or to be able to build something of substance that has a real impact beyond them as high school students.
Very simply, if students are able to create and distribute something meaningful, they see themselves as people who are able to do the good that we all know that all children have in their hearts.
Food justice is food without chemicals, fresh food, not processed food.
It's not that easy to find fresh produce everywhere because there's a McDonald's and Burger King and fast food restaurants on like every corner.
I worry about it because like there's not enough healthy food going around.
Only 2 stores that we see organic, right? That was not good. We went to like 10 stores and it was like 2 out of 10. That's not good. It's a bad ratio.
The food system and ordering bureaucratic end of things is very complicated. And so changing all of those systems longer term, I think, is an admirable goal that we should all be working towards. But in the interim, if you can grow your own food, you should grow your own food.
To the extent that schools can empower their children to not only grow their own food, but to bring all this back home to their communities, they're doing truly transformative work.
I'm so excited for the future of Teams for Food Justice at Unison to be able to build a winterized greenhouse that's going to be able to output 25,000 pounds of produce a year is something that's not being done anywhere nationally. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to have all of our students be able to participate in something that will be so magical and meaningful and impact the food that they're eating physically every day, as well as the food that the elementary school students at PS 56 and other local schools are going to be able to eat.
We may have 2,500 students, but the families, I mean, we probably have close to 5, maybe even 10,000 family members that we can engage in this process.
A program like Teams for Food Justice that is able to impact the way students are eating through nutrition education, provide students with an avenue to engage in STEM through building a farm and running a farm like this, as well as giving students the leadership skills to go out and be comfortable advocating for change in their society. The amalgamation of those 3 things makes this a really unique and powerful program.
Teams for Food Justice is great. It should happen in all schools so kids can have this experience like I did.
The whole program is like the best.
It's really amazing because I helped grow them, so it's like me tasting my work and like what I could do.
It makes me feel proud of myself.
It's helping our school in a major way.